everyone, Kim here with Sunshine Creations and Crafts, and I just uploaded part 1 of the gift bag and note card tutorial. A couple of people have asked me to do this, so what I wanted to do first was show you the finished bag from the first video because I ran out of time. So what I did was I went ahead and used score tape and put on the burlap, and I just put it on the back and the front, and I did have to cut it a little bit, but I love how this is fringy. This is some ribbon that I had in my stash, and it's close to being paper almost, but it's not, it's ribbon. And I went ahead and used my bow maker and did it at 3 inches. Then I had this rope in my little bucket over there, and I used that for the handle. And then I just had this red and white checkered type paper that I got at Joann's. Now I finished up the note card, so let me talk about what I did with those real quick. I went ahead and used the same craft paper that I made the gift bag out of, and I ran each one through my Cuttlebug embossing folder. Then I took the same paper and I just cut a simple strip and just made 6 of them. Now these are 3.5 by 5, which is the smallest size that the post office will mail if you're going to be using that size envelope. But for this purpose, I'm just going to use a regular A2 size envelope. That's what's going to go inside there. And then for this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this. Now this is the folder that I ended up making for this particular set. And then your envelopes and your note cards go in there. And I made a little belly band with that same ribbon, paper. Ribbon, it's just paper. I mean, it's just ribbon, it's not paper. Alright, so we're just going to go with some basic purple, because I like purple. Not my favorite color, but I do like it. And for the folder, you want to make it slightly bigger so that your envelopes actually slide in, and there's some give that you can slide it in and out. So I went ahead and I'm making my folder at 4.5 by 6.5. That's an A6 size envelope. So you get your paper trimmer here, and according to the instructions, you want to cut it out at 8 7/8 for both sides. I mean, for both, you know what I'm saying. Did not know that was in there. Ooh, that is so pretty, isn't it? I must make something out of it. Alright, so that's my one. When I bought my envelope maker, I said, I'm never going to buy another envelope again. And I have. And I love making the designer paper envelopes. It's so pretty. Mail that off. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our envelopes done. Now you want to score this at 3 3/4 according to the instructions. And this is not going to be going in the set. I'm just using this as the tutorial. Now, this envelope, this envelope folder is something that I found on YouTube from Dawn's stampingthoughts.net. So this is not my original idea. Now I'm doing something different than her when it comes to how it's being put together, and I'll explain that in a minute. You can buy these envelope punches anywhere. Now I just saw one at Michael's the other day. I said, oh yay, now people can get it whenever they want. And I was thinking, oh darn, wish I would have known. I would have used my 40% off. But I've had mine for a while now, so I'm not doing too good with this scoring because I'm rushing. Okay, now typically you would want to round off one of these edges, but for this purpose you can do it if you want. You don't need to do it. Now what Dawn does is she cuts off one of the big sides, and you'll see in a minute why that does or does not make sense to you. This actual paper, I got a big old stack of it at Walmart, and it's real bright colors. Lots of it. There's a whole big stack. Pinks and purples and all kinds of pretty colors. All right, so I'm just going to use some score tape, and you're just going to go through the motion of making that envelope. Yeah, so my little country theme thingy turned out good. All right, so there's one. And here's the other one. Now, I'll make it the way I make it, and then I'll explain the way Dawn does it, and then you can decide whatever you want to do. It's good to have choices. I have something else I want to show you, an idea at the end of the video if I have time, for if you're making your own envelopes. Okay, so this is actually just going to slide into here, and then you have your folder. However, you can cut this off, or if you don't want to waste paper or you want it to be a little bit sturdier, you can just slide that right in. Probably should put that in before you put your score tape down, but so that works just like that, and that makes it, see how I put it so that it kind of pops up a little bit, so when I folded these down I didn't do it real tight. Okay, and then that's going to slide in here, and you're going to do this, but you want to put score tape right here so that it stays down as you fold it closed. And you gotta be careful because you don't want to get stuck, right? You're gonna open that up, you're gonna match up that end, and then just kind of practice fold. See how that would, if you don't put score tape on, how that's gonna stay open. You don't want that to happen. You want to, now all kinds of things you can do with this. One of the things I did is I put brads right here, and then I did ties. For this particular one, I put the belly band on it, which is fine too. And I think that's it for the envelope holder. And then you just kind of put your envelopes and your little note cards in there. Now I had this idea, in case you're making your own envelopes, you just want to take, trying to find my, okay, we're just going to use this. You're going to just take any kind of design. You can do a scallop punch, you can do a flower punch, you can do, you know, whatever you want to do. Oh, that doesn't need to be in the picture there. And then you take your Xyron and you drop whatever little punch that you decided to do in there, like this. And then you can peel up, well, let's go ahead and cut this first. And then this is going to be what seals your envelope. Well, you know what? If you want to do it just like, I'm just going to, you can just cut it like this. And then, however you want to do that. This will peel off and it seals your envelope. But if you want to include this in with your little gift set, you would just leave it like this, and then, you know, you could put it inside the envelope or inside the note card set, or you could go as far as, I was going to put it on and just, you know, partially seal it, but, you know, it's whatever you want to do. So you have a little envelope, decorative envelope sealer thing. All right, so I hope that was helpful. You've got your folder, your gift bag. You guys are ready to make your own. Let me know how it turns out. Just leave a comment or get in touch with me, and I'd love to see a picture of what you guys have created. This would be great. All right, thanks so much. Have a great day.